Hi guys, Mrs. Devlin here. I can't believe it, but this is the final video for yoga camp. It's been such a blast to hang out with you this month and teach you the basics of something that I love. I hope you've learned something that can really help you enjoy life and slowing down and being, breathing, and in the moment and everything. So we're gonna do the same thing as we did last week because I thought that went really well. We're gonna do some basic poses in the first video. And then in the second video, I will do a couple, little bit of a flow to help us, okay? And you do have to forgive me as normal because I have my celebrity doggies who might make noise or you might hear a little bark or something. So please forgive them. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna review a couple of things on the mat to kind of help you out. Because if you've noticed with yoga classes, they have a portion of flow or vinyasa. That's when you're doing downward dog, stepping forward, folding down, all of those things. And then they have a portion of balance, so tree pose, all that stuff. And they also have a portion of mat work, okay? Mat work. So we're gonna get things started with a little bit of things that you might find on the mat in a yoga class, okay? And I got really good feedback for this little demonstration video last time, so I hope that comes the same, okay? Okay, so the first thing we're gonna cover is bridge pose, and it's pretty easy. And one thing that you can do to help yourself with bridge pose, if it doesn't really work well for you, is you can put a pillow under your hips, or you can put a block under your hips. So with bridge pose, all you're going to do is lie back with your back on the mat, walk your heels in, about to where the tips of your longest finger, your middle finger, can touch them. And then with bridge, all you do is simply lift up. Lift those hips as high as you can. It's okay if it's not very high. If you want to, you can try to walk your shoulders in a little bit too. It's a nice shoulder stretch. And you can also interlace your fingers. So that's bridge pose. You're just walking your hands and your toes, back to where they meet your longest fingers and lifting your hips, okay? That's bridge pose. Another one that you might see during a yoga class is locust pose. And for that one, you actually need to be on your stomach, and it's a great way to stretch out your back. So go ahead and get on your stomach. Make sure your forehead touches the mat and everything's on the mat. Make sure your hips are tilted inwards and they're not going to leave the mat. And with locust pose, on your in-breath, all you do is go up. Your arms go straight back behind you. Work on clenching your shoulders together by bending those arms back. And you just leave the mat. It doesn't have to be very high. Mine's not. Another thing you can do in locust when you rise up is interlace your fingers. And another thing you can do is bow pose. And I'm gonna let you in on something here. I'm not very good at bow pose, but bow pose, you just focus on grabbing. I can get one but never the other. Both of your legs and rising, so you're meeting like this, okay? I've never been able to get that one. And part of the point of yoga is being okay with that. Being okay with the fact that maybe you can't hit every pose perfectly. You have to live in your body, and it's the body that matters. So go what feels good for your body. For mine, it doesn't feel good doing bow pose. But for yours, it might feel great to rise up and do that, okay? A couple others in my quick little pose tutorial video today. One is triangle pose. In triangle pose, we're going to be very similar to Warrior Two to start out. In fact, let's do that together real quick, okay? Warrior Two. You can even reverse your warrior. Sink further. Back to normal. And then for triangle pose, all you're going to do is tip forward, straighten your front leg, and bend. For this one, your right arm or your front arm should reach your shin, and your other one goes in the air, and you focus on making your back straight and open here. And another one that I wanted to cover, I think I actually did it in last week's yoga homework assignment video, if you will, was pyramid pose. And this is great if you have calves that get tight. So maybe you've been riding your bike a lot this summer or something like that. For this one, all you're gonna do, feet like train tracks, spine straight, and then fold. Your feet should be around 1.5 feet away from each other, and your arms just settle wherever it's natural. You're gonna feel the stretch in the backs of your calves here. And then one thing you can do here is halfway lift, which means arms to shins, flatten the back, and back, and go a little deeper. Halfway lift, and go a little deeper. All right, the last couple poses that are kind of good for stretching out, especially if you've had a long day and you're stuck in quarantine. Figure 4 is great, and that's a little bit more balance oriented. So what I want you to do is right foot out, get steady, simply put it over your left shin and sink as low as you feel comfortable, okay? This is a great place to maybe grab a table if it's at the right height. Stay up a little larger if it's at the right height. If you fall down like I did, that's okay too. So you're getting the figure 4 pose. And if you feel comfortable, your hands can rest on your right shin. So that's figure 4. It's a great way to stretch out. If you don't like doing it that way, you can also do it on your back. So for back figure 4, all you're gonna do is one leg. For this one, I'll do my left, comes up, makes the 4, and then my right leg, I just simply grab under the knee. And I can stretch and stay like this for a bit. So we've gone over a couple different poses today, but one of the things that I want you to remember and really take with you when it comes to yoga camp is that yoga is all about being present in your body and moving so you feel good. If you need to modify or change any of those, you are totally allowed to. I hope this video was helpful, guys. Bye.